Sawasdee Krap and hello, this is David Found with it's about time actually, an update, a review, a more updated review of my Honda Forza 350. It's been quite a while. The last one was 4 years ago, I believe, and this one is now 5, so the bike is now 5 years old. So let's celebrate its half decade. So how has it been? When you do a review of something, it's usually good if you can find faults with things, right? I've been really struggling to find faults with my Honda Forza 350 Gen 2, which is now just slightly over 5 years old. So what can I find first of all that's wrong with it? Let me think. I can't really think about the faults. What I can think about is the positives of having this bike and making a decision to buy this bike. Okay, these are not cheap runabout bikes, they aren't. They're approaching 200,000 baht, 180,000, 186,000, whatever they are, stock or brand new. But Gen 3s now are about that price. And I have added quite a lot to my bike over the years I've had it. And it's probably cost me well over 200,000 baht, which is not a small amount of money. But the point is, has it been a worthwhile experience? Absolutely. Absolutely. I cannot, even though I'm trying to find faults, trying to find negatives, because I want to be more neutral in my approach to conducting a review, I'm finding it hard because the 5-year experience, the 5 years of running around this bike and covering about 66,000 kilometers has been wonderful, to say the least. This bike has really provided me with what I need, particularly in Thailand, in Bangkok, where running around, doing your job. Most of you know that I'm a video news reporter, so that means accessing jobs quickly, getting them done quickly, getting home quickly, getting the stuff up on the platforms right as quickly as possible. And I never have the confidence of achieving that if I'm running around in a car or any other forms of transport. Okay, you have to face up to the fact that you're going to have rainy weather, wet weather. Who cares? It's warm. Thailand, I don't care whether it's raining or what, as long as my gear, my equipment doesn't get wet. That's the main thing. So I'm trying to be neutral. I'm trying to find sort of the mid-ground of how I can criticize this bike. And let me think for a few hours. I can't. I really cannot. I can't find a way to criticize the bike. All I can say is, listen, it sounds like I'm a Honda salesman. I'm not. I'm just giving it the facts as it is. I've now rode this bike for 5 years, over 5 years, and enjoyed every time I use this bike. I've been all over the place. Been many locations around Thailand. I've traveled up to Chiang Mai, which is, I don't know, 700 kilometers. I've been loads of places, and it's just an absolute enjoyment. Obviously traveling around Bangkok is such a pleasure because the bike's not enormous. It's incredibly versatile, incredibly flexible, and has the range of power that is great to have. It's not too powerful, it's not overpowered, it's not got a big engine like a 2-cylinder 750 or 1000cc. Personally, I think those sort of bikes are a pain and really uncomfortable and just don't make sense. What makes sense is a bike giving you a good balance. This is a 330cc bike, even though it's a Honda Forza 350, it's 330cc, I believe, and they found a way to balance the engine extremely well. Not like you'd expect from a 300, 350cc motorcycle. So this bike has incredible balance. What I do really love, and I don't know whether other bikes do this, but the electric front screen just makes such a lot of difference. It makes such a big difference to the enjoyment of the pleasure of riding your bike. When you start to go up country, obviously not around Bangkok, well, very rarely do I use the extended screen around Bangkok, but you go anywhere else and that screen will help you to reduce buffeting. It really will. A lot of people prefer the ADV. That's your choice. I don't prefer the ADV. The ADV has been designed more for a bit more off-roady. I don't see any need for that. I've got no reason to go off-road. And I don't even think those people that have the ADVs or with a potential to run off-road with the tyres, different types of tyres, ever actually do that. So yeah, I'm not here to criticize any of the bikes. I'm just saying, hey, my experience with the Forza for 5 years, over 5 years now, has been wonderful. Right now it's January 2026 and the weather's, December, late November, December, January, the weather's fantastic. It's great weather for riding around the country. It's not excessively hot. It will get hot, of course, soon, but I don't care. Using this bike has given me a lot of flexibility. And I think that's what you seek when you use a bike, particularly in a city, a big city like Bangkok. You need flexibility. You need something that gives you comfort and the versatility of the weight of the bike. You don't need a big, heavy bike to run around a town. You don't need that. So I think it's the absolute perfect balance. Those people that want to buy the big, heavy bikes, I'm not sure that they really enjoy that experience of riding big, heavy bikes, 750, 1000cc bikes around. I don't think they can fully commit to saying that, because I don't believe you can beat this format. This form factor, the way this is set up, the storage space itself outperforms anything else. The storage space just under the seat itself provides you with so much versatility. You can put your helmets under there, of course you can. You can store other stuff under there. It's easily accessible. It's got loads of room. It's great that the fuel filler cap is just here in front of you. I've added some, well, they're called crash bars, but they're more of a cosmetic feature. I mean, would they help you in a crash? No. Would they help you like in a low speed impact or shuffling around in a bike park or something? Yeah, of course they would. But I think it's more cosmetic. I've added 2 more lights to this, which I got off a online site, and I wondered whether or not they would last very long. They're here, they're still working perfectly fine. They're very bright. They added another element of visibility to the bike and when you're traveling. I added a crossbar here so I can put my phone on here. I've got a power bank. I've got the power supply from the bike itself, which is which is charging the power bank. And it's just a combination that really, really works. And again, I can't think of anything else that will provide me with what I'm looking for in terms of a great form of transportation. I really can't. It just provides me with so much and such a helpful tool to have. So let me conclude the review of that. I'll add some obviously insert footage as well. And I do welcome your comments. And I thank you for joining me today. Sawadee Krap.